What's up, Dominators? Welcome back to the VG channel, and today I have with me deck recipe of Murakumo. This is a Excel clan, as you know. Many tries on Excel too because the clan already has very strong power by its superior calling skills, as with like the old booster. But this clan focuses now on heavy, high power hitting units and cloning efficiencies. So let's get on right to it. We are running 10 grade 3s, 11 grade 2s, 12 grade 1s, and the standard 17 grade 0s. Okay, so for the grade 3s, we are running 4 Hyugas, 4 Hyakis, and 2 Danzatsu Anaks. Okay, so for VR, it is our main tutor for the deck. It searches for literally any unit, provided if the opponent has 0, 1, 2, or 3. But if you're starting second, you will always search for a 3 available. So you usually search for Danzatsu Anak. If you are starting first, then you usually search for the promo, which allows you to give your whole entire board, save your Vanguard, 5k power while it's the first attacker lah. Or usually you want to attack win first, so you can buff the board. Okay, so the second part of the and then right after that, all your units will become the same name as your Vanguard, which is Hyuga, Samurai Daisho Hyuga. And the second skill is Soul Blast 1 Grade 3. You choose one unit and you return all the same name as that unit back to the opponent's deck. But then if all the units is Hyuga, then you return all the units. But it can be used as targeted removal, but nobody does that lah. Okay, so it is a board clear, a tutor, a finisher, or I won't say a finisher by itself, but it's a pretty good card. But the only problem is that it really lacks the efficiency of. I mean, it's efficient, but it really lacks the no counter blast kind of plan, because as soon as you run out of counter blast, the deck just fails. Okay, so next we have Hyaki. This guy, some fun trivia about this guy. This guy used to be a reverse only unit back in time of Classic Vanguard, but now he's back without the reverse. Pretty much the same pose. Skill almost similar. Counter blast one, discard one card, then clone himself from the deck, and the same unit, the same name as this unit. If you have 5 or more units, the same name as this unit gets plus 10k. So you pretty much deal your whole field. However, the new copy that is called is not Hyaki himself, and therefore will not be gaining the power if you use it after Hyuga's skill. And that's something to take note, that you do not have to call Hyaki in order to give the whole field plus 10. So you can just counter blast one, discard one to give the whole field plus 10. It is actually decent if you have 2 copies of him and you really want to finish off your opponent in that one turn. Okay, so Hyakis usually only need 1 of him in your hand. So if you have 2 of him in your hand, just feel free to pitch it away, because you can always return him with Benijishi if your opponent PGs your Vanguard. And your Vanguard is really almost an unguardable column if you have a booster behind it and you have all that few plusing bonuses. Next, we have Danzatsu Anak. He is our giftless grade 3. Skill is that if you ride onto him, you lose the game. But aside that, continuous skill, Vanguard Rearguard skill, all the same name. All the Rearguards is the same name as this unit gets plus 5k. And auto Rearguard skill, when this unit is placed from the deck, this unit gains additional 5k. This guy is your half of a deer after you call him from Hyuga skill, because he will also be a Hyuga and all your Hyugas gain plus 5k. Nuts, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, next, Spellhound. This guy is this guy is good. Okay, next. He works with Jiraiya in the sense that you can use him early in the game. Let's just say if you have like no real reason to use him early in the game, but in the case where you don't really need to counter blast, or like if you have too much open counter blast, then I guess you can just use Jiraiya skill, then use Spellhound for fat Vanguard and fat Rearguards early in the game, with minimal cost. But it's not too bad. But Soul Blast 2 in the game may really hurt you, but he's of course your best right, because it gives you a it gives you a +1 and you filter your deck by 1 card. I forgot to mention previously that Hyuga is really good at filtering your deck. Hyuga and Hyaki filters your deck like free, because every time you use a skill, you minus your deck by one normal unit. So, and therefore you are more likely to open triggers than anything else. Okay, so after Spellhound, we have Jakotsu Girl. We are running her. Okay, so this is the ambiguous part of the deck. People are wondering, do you run Jakotsu, or do you run Fushimi, or do you run Central Arrester? This slot is actually very open. The only reason why I run Jakotsu Girl is because of Spellhound, and Okay, the two reasons why I run Jakotsuga is because of Spellhound and Hyuga. If you high roll into a grade 3, your opponent is screwed. But if you don't, then you got soul for Spellhound. But if you high roll into a grade 3 and you don't have Counter Blast, you can threaten your opponent not to give you Counter Blast. If not, you'll just blow up his whole entire field. But of course, Mura is rubbish without Counter Blast. Okay, so Jakotsuga, most of the time, if you manage to trick your opponent to not having ShiHai's in your deck, right, it's usually in grade 2, 9k power, rest D1 damage. Really good, actually. Okay, so next we have the grade 3, we have the grade 2 promos, 9k bases. On attack, Soul Blast, all the rear guards with the same name as your Vanguard gets plus 5k. And the crazy part about this guy is that this guy is really expensive, and that yeah, he's really expensive, about $12 a piece, but he has a really powerful skill that wasn't even relevant until Hyuga came out, which made the price like sky high. Okay, so he has no Vanguard skill, so try not to ride him. You only need 3 copies of him because after searching him with Hyuga, he's on the board. Your opponent will usually just let it stay because Danzatsu Anak is the more dangerous target, or they'll just go face until you die. Because, as you know, Mura doesn't really have that much hand size as compared to the past. Yeah, because Zambaku lock means that your opponent can't hit face and therefore you don't have to guard. But now there's no lock. Okay, so next we run into the great ones. We will run 4 Jiraiya's. Okay, this is also a very question mark slot. People run Rainy Madame for the soul, which is I don't really like it. There's also what other great ones are there? Oh yeah, there's also that grade 1 7k base that if you have the 2 of this unit, then this unit gets plus 5k, and if you have 3 or more, then it's 17k. That unit is really not bad because once you turn into Hyugas, it's always 17k boosters or more. But as you know, if you are 7k and the guy's 8k, you swing in, you don't hit, that's 1 damage loss. Yeah, and Jiraiya also has a Vanguard skill on right. You draw 1 and you return 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck, which is actually really relevant actually. And therefore, we run Jiraiya just so that we can filter our hand early in the game. So yeah. X skill is that as a rear guard, you may counter blast 1, your Vanguard gets plus 10k. Relevant with Spellhound, and unfortunately nowhere else. Okay, maybe with that Spider, but nobody runs that. Okay, we run 4 million reds because he's able to filter our deck and gives us a decent early game, helps us hit force when we are starting second. And basically with Spellhound and million red, you hit like 3 rear guards easy, and 3 relevant rear guards too. Yeah, there's no better grade 1 to ride other than this guy actually. I mean, there's no other grade 1 better to run that spawns other grade 1s than this guy. Yeah. Okay, so the last grade 1 that we are running is Benny Jishi. This guy is your Kanzen stopper for your Vanguard at least. It doesn't exactly stop the opponent from PGing you, but it also gives you a pretty huge hitter because, as you know, right, Benijiji skills allows you to return any normal unit from your normal unit. Yeah, I think normal unit from your drop zone to the deck, and that allows you to return stuff like Spellhounds, Hyakis, all those used cards that people may have like obliterated or like some stuff, and you can always recycle them and use them again. And the craziest part about Benijiji is that it calls a Vanguard copy, which is Hyuga, and as you know, right, Hyuga is Hyuga, and therefore has the same power bonuses that they get from Danzatsu Anak and like maybe the promo if you haven't hit with him first, but usually you should swing with him first. So if you have 2 Danzatsu Anaks on the field and perhaps Hyuga on your Excel circle, maybe some grade 2, maybe the promo attacks, and then Soul Blast, then that guy wait, let me think about it. Okay, let's just say if you have 1 empty Excel circle, which you really shouldn't have because Hyuga spawns like free. And you attack with it, then your Vanguard swings, they PG, you call a Hyuga. The Hyuga is gonna be 12, then you get 10k from Danzatsu's 2 Danzatsu's buffs, so it'll be 22k. On Excel it'll be 27k, so it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I guess you can say that. Then yeah, returning PG stopper, and that's the reason why Benijishi was expensive in the first place, but now it's a lot cheaper already because it's not as relevant as the current promo. Okay, so for the grade zeros that we are running 8 crits. This is more aggressive than what we usually have, the 6 draw 6 crits, but there's no real reason to run draws right now because if you draw into a draw, you lose. But if you check into a draw, there's no point because the draw is not very good, unless it's a PG draw. I mean, people have been giving the excuse that, oh, you can always discard the draw with Hyaki. But if you think about it, if you have too many Hyakis in your hand, you can always discard the Hyaki for the Hyaki to search for a Hyaki. Okay. And most importantly, crit helps you win games, because as soon as you open 2 crits, right, you top power and you win the game basically. And yeah, you run 4 heals because that's your best counter charger in your deck. Mura still has no counter charger. That is very understandable because people don't want Mura to have the double lock kind of game, which is really unfriendly. Yeah, and the good thing about Mura is that it's actually a really cheap deck. You can get this deck for about 100 or less. Yeah, and that is of course base rarity. Yeah. But as you can see over here in the video, I have 4 SVRs and 4 SPs, in which that makes me a flex person. Okay, I think that's about it for the Mura deck recipe. I would just like to say that this is a good deck, as in it hits huge numbers really quickly. It will always stay out of the ban list. I will mostly stay out of the watch list because this deck isn't really game breaking. But it has the potential to win tournaments, and it's fun. It's really fun to play because you clone, and it's really unpredictable. And when you open triggers, you open it quite consistently because of the filtering that you go through. And unlike the old Sambaku build, it is less control and more aggressive and can do a lot of things on your first strike, which makes your opponents really hesitate to give you counter blast. But really, honestly, if you want to kill a Mura player, just beat him because their shield values are minimal. After they call like their 10k shields from their decks, and they don't have much hand size, as you know, they can't guard. They can't, like most decks, they can't guard over the number of cards they have in their hand, other than Dantarian and like Neo Nectar maybe because of their interceptors. But aside that, yeah, this deck can beat Bermudas if you start first. And yeah, yep, that's about it. I would just like to say that this is a really fun Excel clan. You should actually go and try it out. It's really cheap. There's no drawback. There's no drawback to buying it. You actually like the deck. Yeah, just don't break with it. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you Dominators for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video when both of us book out next week. Lol. Peace out.